Hello guys, it's LettucePlate, and welcome back to Teamfight Manager 2. We're gonna go ahead and start up from right where we left off at the end of the first series. We did take a loss in that one, unfortunately. Lead squandered. Kinetic Surge collapses against Azure Phantoms and devastating 2-1 reverse. That is true. We should have won that game based on our players' strengths and everything, but I have no idea what characters are good or what strategies are good. So we're kind of just playing it out by feel as we go along. So it is currently the 5th. It's February 5th, and our next game is on the 8th. Okay. So we're going to keep getting a bunch of these scouting reports, it looks like. I have all positions just for prospects. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can't sign anyone, and that the playtest only goes so far into the season, so I won't. I'm pretty sure that these scouting reports won't amount to anything during the duration of the playtest. But this is mostly just to get a feel for the game, the actual feeling of the gameplay, and the strategies and the characters with their ults and everything like that. So our next game is against Eternal Siege, from the sound of it, pretty interesting name. We play Rapid Storm on the 13th. That's the best team in the division. So key champions, they like Berserker as well. Their bot laner is listed as their star player. Let's go ahead and take a look at this team. Let's go look at their roster that we're playing against. So 60s and 70s from the looks of it. So is this their starting mid? Their mid laner is kind of weak. This is their star player. A lot of 70s there. Wow, and they have a weak support as well. Okay, another team that we probably should be, at least having the advantage of on paper. Binary Tigers 2-0. I expect to see them in Rapid Storm, although Rapid Storm did lose. They have Zeus still, right? Yeah, they have probably one of the best players in the entire game on their team. They have 3 top laners. Yeah, all 80s and 90s on all of their players. Let's go ahead and get into this. Proceed. I think we're about to play. Do we have the champion info or stats? This is what I'm looking for. It's just sort by win rate, I guess. Oh, it already is. So Vampire 27 and 13. Executioner, Cavalry, Berserker. Okay, so Berserker and Cavalry did feel good. Gambler is one I want to try out this time around. As one of the kind of reworked marksman characters that seems pretty good. Ban pick rate. Executioner, Gunner, Cavalry, Archer. Huh. Executioner being the most... Is he just banned all the time? Yeah, because he doesn't have a ton of games. Gambler, Sniper. Pole Warrior has been played a lot. Very even win rate. Cool. Let's try to get Gambler if we can. Vampire, Berserker are 2 more that seem pretty strong. Cavalry, Executioner, Priest. Very low sample size of games on Priest. Oh, here's a pick count. Okay, who's the least picked? Oh, Monk been picked 4 times and is 0-4. Yeah, Monk. I've only played him 1 game. I've played a couple of games, 4 or 5 matches, off of recording as well, just on a separate save. Just to play around with the game a little bit as well. And Monk did feel really weak. And I think Knight, this win rate isn't really representative of how good Knight is, but you have to play her support. If you play her anywhere besides support, she's just not going to be very useful. But I have a feeling that the kind of meta of what style of champions to play might change. I've seen a lot of carry champions go into support and be pretty effective. So maybe we pick a carry champion that has... also some damage and uses items well, like Fighter. Fighter or... Well, Executioner, obviously, but... Dual Blader, I guess, has, CC. Something like that. I don't know. We'll get into it. We're just playing it out as we go. Rapid Storm did win their game. And we'll go to the stadium. Make sure these are all the players that we're looking for. We're looking good. Okay. Ban phase. We are blue side. So let's just ban Executioner. Why not? Berserker ban. So we're looking for Swordsman, Vampire, Cavalry. Who did I... Oh, Gambler was who I said I wanted to play. So if we banned Gunner, who I think is the second best marksman character, let's just go ahead and take the Gambler. So they go Cav and Dual Blader. We'll take Vampire, Sword, and then we need some CC in front line. Lancer wouldn't be bad. I could try Android. It says he's a jungler. I feel like that wouldn't be great, though. He has a 4-second poke spell and a self-shield that stuns. I kind of want to try him support. So I'll take Android, and let me just think about my other pick real quick. So Vampire could go mid or jungle. Sword could go mid or top. I have an ADC and a support, so I'm taking either a like jungle / top lane character. Lancer seems good for that. Is there any other character that I saw looked strong in the win rates? I mean, Demon's still here, but I don't think Demon is quite as oppressive as in the demo. I think I'll go Android Lancer. They have an Ogre. So they have 2 tanks. They have Jiangshi and Ogre. So I think putting Vampire in a lane is fine. It sucks we can't see their lane opponent. I think this is okay. We'll go ahead and try this. I've won with Vampire mid before, even though I think Vampire could also be a good jungler. But yeah, so we have pretty standard team comp here. Let's focus on... We can leave top isolated here. Mid-bottom, ganking jungler, attempt early Serpent. I think we do quite well. They have Ogre, I guess. And we have a Vampire that kind of scales. Let's leave this on flexible and then don't join. Objective setup. Do we want to split push? No, I think we just group. I think split pushing isn't super valuable from early impressions, but I'll keep playing with it. In terms of the objective setup, the objectives are very powerful in the game still. Do we hard engage? We have 2 range champs. Poke, maintain distance. I think we do this because they have 2 tanks. We want to just keep them at arm's length. We'll 1-4 with our sword being in the side lane. Tower siege, poke, maintain distance, and then defend pressured lane. All right, cool. Much more reserved style this time around. With 2 range characters on our team and a tank. Let's go ahead and get into this. They have 4 health items and a damage item on their support. Mid gank early. Okay. Looking pretty strong here. I'll try and toggle between 1x and 2x because the games can last pretty long now with the slower match speed. So I'll try and kind of fast forward a little bit when it's appropriate to do so. The camera kind of, like the highlight camera, kind of jumps around to a bunch of random stuff. I wonder if they have any plans to, like, make it a little less kind of jumpy. I don't know how else to word that. Mid seems to be going okay. There's still a lot of really low CS numbers. I know there's only 3 minions per wave, so maybe that's why it looks that low. But it seems like the logic of the characters doesn't always, like, get all 3 of the minions, or even most of the time get all 3 of the minions. Oh, I feel like the cavalry could have ganked. He's running down the lane, but he kind of missed the opportunity there. My swordsman was pushed up all the way to the tower. He definitely could have ganked. Oh! Vampire auto the dual blader in tower range, took a tower shot, and did a lot of damage. And he did end up going down first blood to the dual blader in the mid lane. They're going a tank item. What is this? Takes 20% of damage instead of the lowest HP allied champion. Huh. They're going to be a very tanky team, but we have a lot of DPS, so I'm not really worried about that. We have a Sword and Gambler that deal really heavy DPS, and then Vampire will scale really late as well. I just think the early game will be rough for us with them stacking health like this. Vampire's kind of running into their team and dying. We got another team fight here. We're fighting at a numbers disadvantage, but they have a lot of low health bars. Gambler getting a lot of damage off. The Ogre just kind of standing in only level 2, the Ogre. Now our health bars are kind of low, but they're on a reset, so we have the positional advantage. We should secure this objective, and we do. The Serpent does go to us. Very nice. I wasn't optimistic about that fight, but the Gambler did a lot of damage there in the kind of poke war around the objective. Yeah, 5,000 damage. Way more damage than everyone else so far on the Gambler. Really cool. I should have read what his ult did. I know that there's a big like graphic for it, but I don't really exactly remember what it does. I just know he rolls the dice and that somehow correlates to how much damage he deals. A lot of skirmishing 2v2. Our android getting really aggressive. I don't know about diving this with a Ogre there. We do trade 1 for 1, but I don't know if that's worth it. Gambler got the kill, though, so it's not the worst. Not the worst place for the gold to go, but my Gambler is really low level. He's only level 4. They're diving the Ogre again. The Ogre goes down. That pick does not seem to be working for them. Ogre seems like one of the worst characters you could have in a duo lane like this as the carry character that's trying to get the farm. So pretty big draft blunder, I think, by the other team, if I'm being honest. Doesn't seem that useful of a character. He needs to scale and he needs to like stack up his ability 1, and he will have a lot of trouble doing that against two champions in his lane. Some of the first completed items coming in. Our whole team has a completed item to the 3 of the enemy team. An ult from Lancer there to engage. Big team fight opening up here. Here comes the Gambler ult. The Cavalry ult and the Gambler ult kind of looking like the same thing. Really slow fight with the amount of tanks. The Jiangshi ult pulling us in, but I think it is just a DPS difference. We did just have way more gold spent in the items there. 5 item completions versus 3 means that in the extended team fight, we definitely were big favorites there. So really well played by the boys. And Ashley Kang, I suppose. Can't just be characterizing it as the boys when Ashley Kang is our jungler. They're heading towards the Serpent. We have a Morgard buff, though, so if we do just give this to them, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but if we could get there in time, we could definitely contest this. I haven't seen the Android ult used this game, but maybe I just missed it in the last fight. It says he still has it. So they get the Serpent, but now there's a team fight. Let's see if we can take some of the towers with this Morgard buff. Mid tower or top tower. We're coming out as 4. The Lancer ult misses, but it does give us some gap close. His other ability gets him just in range of the fighter. 1 HP. The dash comes off cooldown, and we do finish the kill on their fighter. Looking very nice. The Jiangshi goes in, and yeah, guys, this really does look like a kind of a little bit of a draft gap, if I'm being honest. They really don't have any sustained damage except for Dual Blader, and their Dual Blader is going double tank items. So they already have 3 tanks, or like, I guess Cavalry's a bruiser, but they have 2 pure tanks. Cavalry rush a tank item, and now their mid lane Dual Blader is rushing 2 tank items. So they have no damage. They're not going to be able to kill the Vampire or the Android, who are going to be permanently healing, the whole time. My jungler, my Lancer, is really low level. Really big farm disadvantage as well. I guess he's only 1 level below the Cavalry. Oh my gosh, they ran us down under our tower there. That was a bit crazy. 2 people dead. And we are at a numbers disadvantage here. They might get this Morgard. I'm surprised they're not starting to move towards it. The Morgard just spawned right now, and we have 20 more seconds on our death timers. Yeah, this tank dual blader doing absolutely no damage to the android. Android has ult, so he can base and then meet up with ult if he needs to. So the items are still pretty close, but we do have 2 more items on some of our carries. The Gambler needs to not be caught out, kind of out of position, and he does go down. Really not good for him to walk up ahead of the rest of the team like that. One of the stronger carries on our team. It's where our biggest gold difference is. 2k over his lane opponent, and he does get caught out, but the enemy team stopped the Morgard. And alright, it looks like we're going to take another engagement here. Lancer getting caught out of position, and they're kind of just deathballing us. And since they have a bunch of tanks, it takes us a long time to get through them, and if we miss position, it's just not good. Okay, they peel off of the Morgard again. I'm not quite sure what their plan here is. They go back over to it. It seems like they're wasting a lot of time. We've kind of seen that they're doing it and then poked them off of it like several times. Is Sword gonna get caught out now too? No, he lives. Big ult from the Lancer to CC them. Gambler with 1 kill. We're gonna kill the cavalry too. It looks like our android died in the backline, but that's fine. He bought plenty of space for the rest of our team. Gambler doing DPS. Lancer's still in the middle of their team. And man, what a close fight. Oh my gosh, look at those health bars. Lancer down to 1 HP, Gambler down to half. That could have been horrible. We win the 4v5 by the skin of our teeth, but we do ace the enemy team. 6k gold advantage for the Surge. We're starting Morgard. Their cavalry up in 3 seconds. We should have time to do this. We have so much damage on these 3 champions. Look at how quickly we're taking this. This is nice. And that is our second Morgard of the game. We should really see a breaking of their base here in some capacity. So I saw that the swordsman was looking to split push top, as we do have another fight here. But we saw the enemy kind of running towards Serpent, and so he decided to group, since I have the objective strategy to group up enabled in our tactics. Nice, we get the Serpent. More objectives is always good. They're split pushing our top lane, though, so they are going to get our top lane tower. We get the bot lane tower in exchange, though. There's a huge minion wave up there. It looks like we're going to deal with it now. We do deal with it. How much longer? Do we have a timer on our buff? Do we still have the Morgard buff? Bit of a standoff in mid lane here. Our vampire's top lane. 1 kill onto the dual blader. Oh my gosh, huge engage by Lancer. We take the tower, a huge knock-up onto 4 people. I love that spell. That spell looks so cool. The Lancer ult. It's like a Jarvan EQ. Really cool aesthetic in the game, in my opinion. The Ogre dives under tower. Same with the cavalry. The enemy team is just making a bunch of mistakes where I feel like they absolutely just didn't need to extend that far. They could have just sieged the tower or reset to buy items or cleared the next minion wave, but they just dive under tower and all 3 of them go down. This has been a close game. The tanks seem pretty... This all, like, 5 melee ball comp seems pretty strong. Like, just with the AI, the amount that the AI, like, misposition and stuff, but I feel like if that isn't the case, like, if we're all together as 5 people, they stand, like, absolutely no chance, but if they're finding a numbers disadvantage against us, we really can get caught out, because just their champions, they have a lot of CC. Okay, 3rd Morgard buff for us. I remember in the demo, usually 1 Morgard was enough to just set a big enough gold lead to ensure that you'd win the game, and a 2nd Morgard, you almost always ended the game with the buff. So I'm curious to see how how frequently it takes to win the game, you know, how many Morgard buffs kind of, or Morgards get slain per game. It looks like we're in their base. We chased them all the way into their fountain, but it looks like 3 people died trying to chase them into their fountain. That was brutal. We definitely could have ended the game there. But we chased them under their tower, under their, you know, Nexus towers and into their fountain. And we paid the price for it. So another Serpent. Looks like they are going to secure this Serpent right here. Man, if we don't win this game, that would be brutal, but I don't know. We're 10k gold ahead. I guess the gold isn't really a big deal. So we have 4 people full build. They only have 1. Okay, their second player is starting to get enough gold to be full build. So this is getting dicey. If we don't end the game kind of soon or win the next Morgard fight, it's basically just an even game at that point when we've had the lead for the entire time. Our swordsman gets caught out as well. He'll be up for Morgard, so it's not the end of the world as long as we don't continue being caught out like this. But we are slightly higher level across the board. Our whole team is full build, so this is kind of the last big power spike that we'll have in the game. Gambler gets caught out, and this is not looking good, guys. Our Lancer's clearing the wave. Wait, this is crazy. That's like a League of Legends strategy. When you know that they're going to try and push mid to siege and end the game, you can cut out the wave from behind them. Our Vampire is going to die, though. This is not looking good. They can definitely go to Morgard now. Both of our carries are dead for this spawn. Man, this is brutal. I don't even think that this is like a draft or game plan difference. It's just with the 2 Morgard buffs that we did have, we didn't like siege their base. We went for like Serpents and we kept getting like picked off and stuff. And then with the third one, we were at their Nexus about to end the game. And then we ran into their fountain and just everyone died. Our sword's getting caught out here trying to check the objective. Will Android go down as well? Oh, he barely lives. Let's see what happens here. Vampire goes in. He's super low. No way. Oh, they're all going down. 30 seconds on 2 of our champions. And look at this top wave. Lenny's going to die too. We're going to lose this game. That is insane. Oh my gosh, the Vampire was very ineffective, I feel like. That was brutal. The swordsman didn't deal that much damage either. Look at this. Look at this gold graph. Almost 10,000 gold ahead, and we lost the game. They only had 1 Morgard to our 3, and they won off of it. Wow. That is disappointing, but we get 2 more games to try and win. Oh, man. Alright, let's ban the Gambler away. Gambler was pretty good. I liked him. Cavalry ban. Their first pick, so let's get rid of Berserker. Dual Blader. Let's go. Let's take Gunner. And let's take... Absorbs health and deals magic damage equal to that. Maybe we take the Vampire and put him in jungle, or you can take Swordsman. What? Okay. This would be a good, like, having some dive champions would be good. Let's go Fighter support. Do I want to try Lancer again? I want some kind of, like, threat to their backline. I could go Demon, Jungle, main position support, it says. Swapping positions, increase attack by 50, armor by 50, attack speed and move speed, inflicts physical damage equal to that attack power to all enemies within the range and applies a fear. Maybe I just go Ninja. Lancer is more like guaranteed engage. And I feel like my Lancer last game, like, had good fights. Oh, they picked Monk. All right, I need a tank. So I want Fighter as my support. Lancer, I'll try in a solo lane this time. It didn't seem very effective in the jungle, so let me get a jungle champion. I could go Vampire, I could go Ghost. Could go Ninja. Demon. A lot of, like, characters that are, like, eligible, I guess. But I think the theme of diving the archer and the sniper is what I want to go with. I think maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's go Ninja. Why not? Put him in the jungle. All right, you go there, you go there, you go there, you go there, and yeah, let's leave it like this. Okay, let's try this. Cool. So kind of 4 like mobile, sort of engage style champions. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Their monk is mid lane. Do I want to focus on top or on bot? Probably bot. Farming or cover? I think I want counter jungling. I want to invade this archer as much as I can. Always attempt the early Serpent. I can join as well. Objective setup. Is it group up? Yeah. Hard engage. Morgard. That's 131. So we can do, yeah, Zeph and Rain. Actually, let's do Ninja and Sword, Dive, and Force Fight. We just want to, the concept here is we just group up and murder them. Unless we have Morgard, and then we can kind of split the Morgard around in 131. So let's see how it plays out. Monk has looked really weak from what I've seen, so I'm hoping this can just be a little bit of a cleaner win than last time. Missed the shuriken. I like how the spells... One thing I've noticed is the spells and the attacks and stuff are much, like, less influential in this playtest than in the demo. Like, I talked about before, a lot of the base stats on the characters were kind of messed up, and that's what made them really OP, like Ninja. Having 200 AD is, like, the prime kind of example of this, where it's just way too much base stats for the character to be, like, balanced. It was, like, way too easy for him to get kills and stuff. And it looks like they've kind of honed a lot of that stuff in to where the characters all have... Ooh, looks like we're going to lose first blood here. Oh my gosh. Don't go back in. Back up. Recall, please. Okay, he gets the recall off. But yeah, it looks like a lot of the early game has been tamed down like a ton. Like, people aren't just getting one shot in the early game anymore, which is a really good thing, I think. It kind of lets the characters play out the way that they're, like, thematically look like they should play out. As we get caught under tower there, a really good stun by Dual Blader catches out our gunner under the bot lane tower for first blood. But, like, that spell from Swordsman used to do, like, 1,000,000 damage. It would just one-shot all the minions, and now it isn't really strong enough to do that. Magic resistance. This item looks terrible for this game. Alright, we're grouping up for this Serpent, but we're kind of engaging before the rest of our team. Our ninja's really low HP. But it does look like we're going to get it. Nice. Ninja has not impressed me so far. This character seems kind of weak in the couple of games that I've played it. He just by nature of what his spells do, he's kind of benefits by being really far ahead, and them kind of rebalancing his early game to make him more in line with the rest of the characters in the early game doesn't let him snowball as frequently, so he's way less like oppressive and kind of doesn't seem like he has nearly as much of a threat anymore. Okay, we missed our swordsman ult. The monk looks like he's living. Pretty slow early game here. A lot of almost kills and stuff like that. Their bot tower is getting really low HP, so that would be nice if we could get that bot tower. Just fast forwarding here for a little bit. Bit of a skirmish in the mid lane. Our swordsman's almost died so many times. He's building a magic resist item against a lot of physical damage. Lancer kind of just going even up here. Another couple of low HP targets. They have a sniper on support, which is interesting. Morgard spawning, both teams running to it. Looks like a fight's about to break out. Oh my god, swordsman gets one shot. Lancer engages, but it only hits the sniper in the front line. A two-man stun by the monk, I think, is what that was. Zhangxi ults, dealing a lot of AoE damage to our team. Yeah, it looks like they just got the first jump on us. Yep. The swordsman getting one shot, and then just kind of the double, a lot of the CC layering by Zhangxi and monk. Kind of spelled disaster for us there, and it looks like they're going to get a free Morgard here. An ace and a Morgard. Not looking good. Actually, I don't think they aced it. Yeah, they didn't ace us because Gunner was already had a death, but 4 kills and a Morgard. Looks like we're hitting the Serpent, though. This is full HP. They're going to be here in time. This is looking not great. I'm not liking the look of this when they have a Morgard buff. Yep, and Swordsman goes down. They chase us down. I'm foreseeing a couple more kills here. That Archer ult looks sweet. I love that spell. It looks really cool. Well, the way I kind of drafted was in the hopes of being able to threaten their Archer and their Sniper with like a lot of mobile characters, but we didn't really ever get the items or the damage to be able to do that. Our Lancer built tank. Ninja just seems really like not an effective character. Our Swordsman built tank as well, and just overall has had a weak game so far. This is looking like a slaughter. Tanks have been looking pretty effective from what I've seen. I know Berserker is a really strong unit in this playtest, but I've like just the sheer health bars that Zhangxi and characters like Ogre and stuff can have looks really, really like oppressive to deal with. So maybe, because I know in the demo, most of the team compositions that you would build was a lot of it was just stacking bruisers and like melee assassins. But if tanks are going to be really strong, I think it'll more so be tank plus ranged carry versus tank plus ranged carry is kind of like what the meta is going to be. And I think Berserker's just the exception, where he has the durability that some of these like tank champions like Zhangxi and Ogre have, but he also just deals a bunch of damage and can carry and kill people himself. Oof, big engage by Lancer, but wasn't to be. Didn't have any follow-up damage behind him. Yeah, we're just getting steamrolled here, guys. I'm just going to kind of leave it on fast forward. I think my team is just going to run in and die a couple more times until the game is over. And we will start the season 0-2. Not looking good for our for the start of this playtest. I think I'm going to adjust a little bit on how I'm drafting, because I think the draft in the first game wasn't the problem, to be honest. I think we had a pretty good draft in the first game, but I think ranged, you know, carry units, specifically marksmen, seem to be doing a lot better than Vampire has had some really good games and some not so good games. I think I'm gonna try him out in the jungle a little bit more. But yeah, man, dude, this is just rough. I think I'm gonna put the ninja on the bench for a while. Their highest damage was their support character. That just seems so weird to me. I wonder if the solo lanes is just you want the most durable characters you can, and then damage taken. Fighters seem pretty good. How much damage does he deal? Not that much. We'll figure it out, guys. But yeah, our next game is on the 13th. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with the next match in the next episode of the series. So thank you. See ya.